What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how Next.js optimizes fonts and why it's such a big deal and how you can use them in your app. So I'm going to read from their documentation because they really explain why it's such a good way to use fonts. So it says fonts play a significant role in the design of a website, but using custom fonts in your project can affect performance if the font files need to be fetched and loaded. The cumulative layout shift is a metric used by Google to evaluate the performance and user experience of a website. With fonts, layout shift happens when the browser initially renders text in a fallback or system font and then swaps it out for a custom font once it has loaded. This swap can cause the text size, spacing, or layout to change, shifting elements around it. And so you see the initial load in gray and then the layout shift in blue once everything is loaded and rendered. And so Next.js automatically optimizes fonts in the application when you use the Next font module. It does so by downloading font files at build time and hosting them with your other static assets. This means that when a user visits your application, there are no additional network requests for fonts, which would impact performance. And that way you can avoid the big layout shifts, which happens when you load up your app and hurts your website's performance and lowers the lighthouse scores, etc. So very awesome that they do that. And you used to have to install this Next font module, but now you don't have to. It comes with Next.js, starting with version 13.2. And let's say we have an app and we want to add a font. So we have our app. Let's say we have this like UI folder. We could add a fonts.typescript file, and then we can import, let's say, the enter font from Next font and Google. You can do this with custom fonts as well. We'll import another font as well. And then you can export the font. So for the enter, we will make a variable called enter. Then we'll call enter. And you can specify the subsets. So for example, Latin, and this will give you the subset of text because you might not want to get all of the special characters, depending on what language you're using. And you might not want to, import all of the characters that you're not going to use anyway. And you can also specify the weight as well. So make that variable, use that text. So again, subsets, we will say Latin. And then we could do weight. And for example, you could do 400 and 700. Save that. That's your fonts file. And then let's say go to your layout.text. You have your HTML tag, your body tag. So you'd want this for the whole application. We can import our enter font from, we'll go to the root, and our app folder, the UI folder, and the fonts file. And then in the body tag, do a class name. We'll do string interpolation here. So we'll do our enter. And that's how it will apply the style in the font. So that could be for our whole application. And then say we want to use that other font, like on the paragraph tag there, for example, in a different part of our app, just a specific component. we could import that. And then we already have all these class names using Tailwind. And so again, just string interpolation here. And the class name. And that is it. So just a quick explanation and quick demo on how to do it. I hope that was helpful, and thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.